visor open, but it does create a bit of a wind chill on my eyeballs. Oh, you're going to be across there, are you, Prius? That's alright. Just move across. Should be fine, don't worry about it. And what the people's question time, and what I want to do is go and, not pester, pester's probably the wrong word. I want to go and voice my concern to Sadiq Khan about the motorcycle crime problem in London. It is just bedlam. It's out of control here in London at the moment, the motorcycle crime problem. The bigger concern is that they take them for joyrides, which I've seen multiple kids doing on different occasions. They go steal petrol with them. Mr. Temjan, another London moto vlogger, also caught some kids doing that, and just booked it out of just rode for it out of the petrol station because he was worried they were eyeing off his sexy looking bike. Not only that, they commit a lot of crimes on them. So they do what I believe is called apple picking, where they ride up on the footpath and then look for somebody who's just looking down at their phone, because then they get so much more time at them, and then they've got such an advantage of surprise, and grab their mobile off them. And there's a lot of cases of them using them for ram raids. They go and either use the scooter to smash the front window of a jewellery shop, or just ride up on that. I mean, I've seen it twice. I've twice seen criminals. One, it was absolutely definitely on a stolen scooter. I was pretty much called it at the time because there was a guy riding along wearing a bicycle helmet on the far wrong side of the road. sort of schloofling down that side, then cutting across, and he's being followed very closely by a mate on 2 bicycles. And I put 2 and 2 together, being the smart little, clever little cookie that I am, and chased him for a little bit, tried to get him to pull over, but then at a certain point I was like, maybe this is dumb. I've got a photo of their face. They could pull a knife on me or anything. This was about 2 weeks after a guy got stabbed trying to stop some motorcycle thieves. So once that, like, in the middle of it, I was just like, what am I doing? This is ridiculous. You ain't no police officer. And then the other thought that struck me, admittedly this struck me afterwards. In the moment it was a bit of adrenaline, but I was like, what am I going to do? I know these guys are violent. If I grab the guy on the scooter, who's the only one I'm going to be legally allowed to grab, do you want to complete that turn there, sunshine? What I think we should also talk about as the issue is the risk, just the risk to public. There is a colossal, really serious car crash. You can see 2 thieves having. It's caught on someone's dash cam, and they just come. It's a 4-way intersection, whichever you call it, and schloofel. And yeah, they're coming out of a 4-way intersection. He just goes to run the red light as a car's turning or going straight. I don't quite remember. Fucks his bike directly into the bonnet of a car, and then just gets up and books it. I keep using weird terms. He smashes his bike into the front of a car. And then just runs for it. Now that one, luckily, all it looked like was he was injured, and I think that is one of the advantages to reckless motorcycle riding, is it typically only puts the rider at risk. But the thing is, this is in a busy urban area. It looks like he's in the middle of the day. There's no saying that his bike couldn't have just smashed and flipped and, absolutely nailed some small toddler. Bike owner's not going to pay for that. I mean, if it kills the toddler, you're almost happier, because imagine it just gave that toddler life-changing injuries that for the rest of its life it needed all sorts of help. And what are you whose insurance are you taking for that? I know there is insurance set up for that, but the thing is, it's going to take something like that. Unless we can put the pressure on now to stop all of the joyriding and theft and motorcycle theft, and then ensuing crime waves that happen on these bikes. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take somebody really, really badly maiming a pedestrian or hurting somebody, and the unfortunate truth of the matter is that pedestrian or person is going to need to be easy to look at. It's got to be like a toddler or a pretty girl or a famous person or something before we do anything about it. And I think that's just such a silly way of going about your should have seen the car in front of that one. I hadn't finished yet, but anyway, I was like, he's going to keep going. Nope. It's just that people don't recognise it enough as a problem. They I don't think they're connecting. When they see somebody riding down the footpath on a scooter, they think, oh, criminals. And I think they also think, oh, bikers. I don't think they really connect that scooter that's riding down the footpath, grabbing phones out of people's hands and putting pedestrians at risk, stands a 99.9% probability of having been stolen, and that the bike theft problem is a general law and order problem. It's affecting our safety as a community. Oh yeah? Are you Martin?
Yeah.
G'day Martin, I'm Harry.
I came down a bit early just to sort of check it out, and there are a few scroats hanging around.
Oh really? Right, not leaving my GPS on it then. Sorry? Oh, you use 2 locks, do you?
I got 3 on. Alright mate, you take it easy.
Alright, you too. Yeah, ride safe. Yeah. Okay, all done at the Westcroft Leisure Centre, and did put my hand up a number of times to say, please ask me to ask you a question, but the chairman, Steve O'Connell, deigned instead to... What do we have? I mean, obviously he doesn't know the questions before they're there, but he did ask 3 separate lots of children to ask their question, which was like, the first one was, what's it like being the mayor of London? So moving on to the next bit. The next bit will be just generally trying to kick up enough of a stink. I believe there's a ride on April 1st from the Ace Cafe, going from the Ace Cafe down to clog up a bit of central London and let our concerns be known. You're kind of missing a headlight there, pal. Wow. What a little scrote. Undoubtedly, that guy was on a stolen scooter. He still had plates on, guarantee you. That's the problem. That is why it's a concern, Mr. Khan. Mr. Sadiq Khan, bhai sahab, mujhe suno. It's just off the hook. Mr. Khan or somebody else from the assembly needs to step up and make a point and do something about this. Because if we don't, it's yeah, I mean, you could see there was like I was schloofling down the side of that bus, going to get in front of it before the light changed. Every chance I could have hit that guy. I would have been doing a slightly dodgy schloofle. He would have hit me, he would have screwed me right up, and he wouldn't have been covered on his insurance. I would have then been battling to try and get insurance out of the nominal defendant or whatever, if you've got that system over here. Otherwise, hell knows what I do.